What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I'm going to be talking more about Tom Wolfe, the Jesuit clown who is the governor of my state, Pennsylvania. He just signed a law, a four-piece law that deals with the prevention of sexual assault on college campuses. And we're going to talk about this story. We're going to talk about how this relates to the first death of coronavirus in Pennsylvania, which was perfectly synced with Event 201. We're also going to talk about Tom Wolfe's $912 million COVID pandemic bill that he signed that fell on the taxpayers, as well as him mandating masks for young children that were in daycare and kindergarten. Right now, this criminal is looking at passing a law that mandates vaccines for all children age 5 to 11. So pretty much every child in elementary school. And then, of course, we're going to get to my favorite part was Tom Wolfe, who tested positive for coronavirus by having no symptoms of coronavirus. You don't believe me? How dumb that sounds? Stay tuned to the end of this video. We're going to get to it, and you're going to read it right out of the horse's mouth. So Tom Wolfe signs the sexual assault legislation. Notice how his birthday is November 17th. He's that special number, 72 years old. Remember, a Jesuit order has that 72. And Tom Wolfe, he is a Jesuit. So was Corbett, the prior governor of Pennsylvania. But notice this news comes 31 days before his upcoming birthday. Sexual assault 31, Tom Wolfe 31. And in light of it being exactly 35 weeks, remember, the first death of coronavirus in Pennsylvania came exactly 35 weeks before his upcoming 72nd birthday on November 17th, 2020. Notice what he's calling this. He's calling this bill he signed, It's On Us, PA. Notice how it's got the 35 and the 55. I'm going to show you how this fits in a second. I linked the screenshots of this article on my blog, luxy91.blogspot.com, if you want to come here and read them. These are four laws that are going to help even further take away our rights and liberties here in the Keystone State. But if you missed this story, I got to be careful. I got to be careful how I say this because I haven't been able to talk about either one of these four stories without having my videos taken down for medical misinformation. So I'm going to have to be careful here. But at the time of the first death of Pennsylvania, they were sure to come out and tell us that there were 133 cases in Pennsylvania at that time. Big number with government, right? Government, White House, President, Federal Bureau of Investigation, they're all 133. Now, look at this. The guy who died was 55-year-old Carmen Fusco of Northampton County, right? Like how It's On Us, PA, sums to 55 and 35. And 35 weeks after this death was Tom Wolfe's birthday. But anyway, notice his name, Carmen Fusco, sums to 55. So does Northampton, right? He died at age 55. In Northampton County. Northampton County is way out by New Jersey. And notice this death came exactly 152 days after the Event 201 coronavirus outbreak simulation, like how Tom Wolfe just signed his sexual assault bill on October 18th, 2021, on the 2-year anniversary of Event 201. And notice Pennsylvania, when you run the alphabetic order, sums to 152. And of course, March 18th, that's the 78th day of the year. Wuhan coronavirus is 78, so Scottish Rite, the most Jewish branch of Freemasonry. The Jesuits are both Catholic and Jewish. March 18th, that big ritual number, Ritual 81, March 18th, 81, Northampton County, 81. Got to keep an eye on what they're going to do on March 18th, 2022. And we don't need to go through the 56 list, but remember, Carmen Fusco dying at age 55 means that he died in the 56th year of his life. Tom Wolfe's full name, Thomas Westerman Wolfe's got the 263, the 56th prime number. So if you missed this story, somehow this got deleted for hate speech when I made this video before. But Tom Wolfe signed a $912 COVID-19 relief bill that is going to be paid by us, the taxpayers. And notice Pennsylvania in Sumerian gematria, which is the alphabetic order times 6, sums to 912. Pandemic relief bill, which he called it, sums to 155, just like coronavirus. And of course, from his birthday to the date he signed this was 80 days, like Bavarian Illuminati. But the Bavarian Illuminati was created by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. Again, Tom Wolfe's a Jesuit. He's from Mount Wolf, PA. Big Catholic Jesuit town, Mount Wolf, if you've ever been there. So again, Order of Illuminati, Jesuit Order, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, they're all 201. Pope Francis lives in Suite 201 at the Vatican, known as the Domus Sancta Marte. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, they're all 201. So, this story here, Tom Wolfe mandated masks for daycare. Now he's trying to mandate the vaccine for daycare and elementary students. So he says, effective September 7th, masks will be required in schools and early learning and childhood programs in Pennsylvania. This will keep our students safer in the classroom where we all want them to be. I don't know about you, but I couldn't wait to get out of the classroom when I was in school. I saw how goddamn dumb my teachers and students were as a 10-year-old when I got kicked out of class and was forced to face the wall for the final half hour for questioning the obvious lies of 9/11 as a 10-year-old. And if you don't send your kids to these schools, if your family faces financial penalties. Talk about an agenda. But anyway, this news came 79 days before his upcoming birthday, and notice Society of Jesus and Thomas Westerman Wolfe are both 79. And of course, September 7th is the day, the 250th day of the year, like his full name, 250. He did it on a date with 57 numerology. Look at the overlap between vaccine and daycare. Perfect overlap in all 4 base ciphers. Right. And he did it on a date with 44 numerology, kill, cancer, chemo, mask, military, officer, trooper, infantry. They're all 44. Did you guys like that with the New York Islanders when on Patreon a couple days ago when Mike Bossy came down with announced that he had cancer, and it was on the same night the New York Islanders got their 44th all-time regular season win against Chicago. Boy, that was free money that night. But anyway, this, okay, no, that's the one. Okay, I linked that other article. Okay, I linked it there what I'm about to talk about here. Wait. This was the ultimate mockery right here with Tom Wolfe, the good old Jesuit puppet. So Tom Wolfe supposedly tested positive for coronavirus December 8th, 2020, right? The news broke the following day. But I want you to see this. So this news came exactly 266 days after the death of Carmen Fusco, the first death of COVID-19 in Pennsylvania. Then the governor tests positive 266 days later. And notice Operation Warp Speed, where they rush out vaccines that do more harm than good, is 266. Holy Roman Empire, 266. The Jesuit motto Jesus Homine Salvator is 266. And don't overlook the fact that it was 38 weeks later, right? Tom Wolfe tests positive 38 weeks after the first death of COVID-19 in Pennsylvania. What a joke, right? Death, murder, killing, the acronym RIP, they're all 38. Now let's read this. I'm going to read this, and you tell me if there's anything fishy about this. Now, this isn't medical misinformation, Google. This is right out of the horse's mouth. He says, during a routine test yesterday, I tested positive for COVID-19. I have no symptoms and am feeling well, and I'm in isolation at home. Now try to go through this logic with me. A man tested positive for COVID-19 while having no symptoms of COVID-19. Kind of makes you dizzy. If you have an asthma inhaler, you might want to get it out now. He says, I am following CDC and Department of Health guidelines. Francis has been tested, and as we wait, the result is quarantining at home with me. Francis is his wife, who's from Brooklyn, big Jesuit stronghold. So anyway, we'll leave it there. More news by the numbers. Everything all these governors do are by the numbers. Fuck Tom Wolf. One of these days, when we take this world back, we're going to drag him out of his chair and make him a permanent part of the pavement outside of Harrisburg. Till next time, guys.